Now, getting to the bench press, a lot of guys are concerned they can't get that bench press up. They can't get the next step. I can't, say take 200. You just can't get over 200, no matter what you do. You know why? Because the body is not used to using more weight. It's a combination of mental and physical. Now, what do, you go in the gym, you have to have two training partners now. You take it off the rack, say the most you could do, your maximum, let's make it, it's 200 pounds. You take off the rack, but they got to be there because you can't, and the shock of that kind of weight makes you say, shit, because it's a shock to the body and the mind. You know, you say, oh shit, that's heavy. But then you hold it for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, you put it back. And you say, wow. Then you do it again. 2 seconds, 3 seconds, then you put it back. Don't attempt to make a bench press because you can't. You rip your muscle. It isn't prepared for that much more. But when you go back to the gym and do your regular training, the 200 that used to feel heavy don't feel heavy anymore because you got the shock out of the mind and the body of heavy weight. That's how you progress. Get the body, and your bench press, you'll be amazed. Instead of doing 200 almost right away, you'll be able to do maybe 220. I can't give you exact. But where you were stuck, you're no longer stuck because your mind and body is no longer intimidated by the shock of that heavy weight. Because that's a lot of weight, and a lot of guys are, you're like almost intimidated. But when you get used to handling 250, even though you're not bench pressing with it, you get accustomed to holding that weight. It's not such a shock to you. When you come down to 200, oh man, that's light stuff. The champion boxer, Muhammad Ali, give you an example. He said, they used to say, why are you allowing people to punch you in the body like that? Why do you do that? He says, I do that to prepare the body for the shock of a hard body punch. He said, a lot of bodybuilders, I'm a bodybuilder, but a lot of bodybuilders, boxers, would get knocked out by a body punch. And you say, hey, that doesn't affect the brain because the shock of a body punch, it just takes everything out of them. The body wasn't prepared for that shock. It shakes their whole system up. And they fall down and say, oh, and by the time they get themselves together, they count it out. And so Ali was saying, when I heard that, I said, unbelievable. He was saying, I do this to prepare my mind and body for the shock of a hard body punch. And that's the same thing you do with the weight training, with the bench press. Just take the weight off. And you know what? You don't stop at 250. Once you get used to using 250, go to 260. Remember, all you're doing is supporting it. That's all. And if you can't support 260, then that's okay. But all you're doing is supporting the weight now. Remember, you're not trying to do, I'm not telling you, you're trying to do, support the weight so the shock of heavy weight, when you go down to your regular weight, it's like, whoo, man, it's so much lighter, psychologically and physically. And then you find that your bench press will creep up and up and up. A lot of times you just get stuck at the same. You just can't get over that 200. Can't get over that 200 because that 200 is your maximum and it's heavy to you, and you struggle with it. I mean, talking about your maximum, or even something that you could do only 5 or 6 reps. But remember, once you get acclimated to supporting heavy weight, you'll find after supporting the 250, you say, boys, put 260, 270 on it. You're not about to do the bench press with that. I mean, you haven't built up that kind of strength. But you like that feeling of that heavy feeling. You don't have to have that fear factor. That fear factor comes in when you don't really realize it. You say, shit, you feel that heavy weight. Wow, But, after that, drop down to your regular training weight. It's going to seem light.